Hi guys, MrRoflWaffles here. Let's talk about microtransactions. Over the years, Activision has slowly but surely introduced microtransactions into Call of Duty. Back during a game like World at War, for example, back then, they didn't really exist. We had DLC, obviously. Now in Black Ops 3, we've got DLC, but we also have the microtransaction system, and a lot of people aren't at all happy with it. First of all, before we launch into this, I want to make a few things clear. I'm a physics undergrad, and as such, I don't have a lot of time to spend playing the multiplayer of Black Ops 3. All of my time either goes towards my degree work or to my Zombies content, and so I don't play a huge amount of MP by any means. If there's a preview event, for example, like a DLC event, then I'll obviously cap some multiplayer just to show you guys what to expect from the DLC itself and allow you to make a more informed decision about it, but ultimately, once the map releases, I don't spend a massive amount of time in the multiplayer. I've also never done a Gobblegum opening or a supply drop opening. In fact, I've never actually bought COD points at all, ever. I've just never done it. With that said, we can dive a bit more deeply into the problem at hand, and in order to do that, I'm going to hand you guys over to Prestige. My buddy Prestige is key. He's much more familiar with the nitty-gritty intricacies of the system than I am, and so he's going to give you a rundown of basically how the sort of supply drop system and COD point system works in Black Ops 3, and what you guys can expect from it, or why there might be an issue.
Thank you so much for passing it off to me, Milo. So just like the Zombies mode in Liquid Divinium, the multiplayer mode has something a little similar called COD Points. These COD Points can be purchased in specific bundles, but it takes 200 in order to open up one rare supply drop. Now that might sound fine and dandy, but once you get into the nitty-gritty, it does get a little bit complicated. So the official definition of a rare supply drop says, guaranteed rare item with increased chance of legendary and epic. Guaranteed weapon or specialist item. Now sure, even though you have a chance of finding one of the new weapons inside of a rare supply drop, your chances of finding that is a lot lower than you think. Things were a little bit different last year with Advanced Warfare, since the main focus of that game was pretty much weapon variants. So when advanced supply drops were introduced there, you were always guaranteed at least one variant of a specific weapon with an increased chance to find a better weapon, which is always a nice thing. Now Milo, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I think that this system originally started as cosmetic based only, just like they said in the past. You have to realize we have 31 different weapons spanning across SMGs, secondary weapons, etc. And we also have 31 different black market camouflage patterns that you can find for each individual weapon. 31 times 31 is literally over 960 different camouflage patterns you're going to be finding and running into before you essentially get to that weapon that you truly want to see. Not to mention you have taunts, gestures, as well as customization for your characters, emblem creator, paint shop materials, as well as calling cards. You need to wade through this all before you find the weapon you truly want.
Good stuff, thanks Ryan. So as you guys just heard, you could spend 5 grand on COD points and spin those supply drops over and over again and still get really unlucky and never get the new HG40 or the new Nene taunt or something like that. That could never happen if you just got horrifically unlucky, and because there is no way for you to individually buy these taunts or buy these new weapons, for example in the Black Ops 3 store, you can't sort of spend like $4 or something on a new gun or anything like that. It's completely down to chance in the way it's currently set up. You have to go through the supply drops. I think, from what I've read on Reddit and in YouTube comments and on Twitter as well, I think that's the crux of the issue. It's the fact that you could sink loads of money into the game and never actually get the thing that you're looking for. You could just get really unlucky and then you don't have the new gun and you don't have the new taunt. So, an obvious fix for that would be to say, okay, Activision is going to release these new guns, and they'll be available in supply drops, but also, maybe after a certain amount of time, or maybe prior to them becoming available in supply drops as well, maybe, they'd be available for you to purchase in the Black Ops 3 store. So that little store in-game, where you can buy things like the DLC, for example, you could also buy the guns there, and that way, it would be problem solved. You'd pay, what, like $3 or something for a new weapon, and you've got the new gun. No hassle. Easy peasy. Also, people with the season pass could get treated to the new guns for free. Activision could say, you know what, you guys have spent, what is it, like $50 I think for the season pass in the US? You spent a significant chunk of money on this pass, we're going to give you guys a little treat, a little surprise, and give you a new gun for free. Maybe in each release, for example, there's maybe what, like let's say 2 guns and 2 melee weapons or something like that, 2 guns, 3 melee weapons, they could give you one of them for free and a discount on the others. There's loads of things Treyarch could do to sort of appease the community and make it a little bit more consumer friendly. Obviously there are loads of other options as well. You could have some guns releasing for free, others being supply drop only, and others being store only. You could do something like that, some combination of those. You could even say, okay, we're going to introduce a new supply drop, some special epic tier of supply drop that will guarantee you a weapon every time, or guarantee you a taunt every time. That kind of thing. That would be another thing that I could definitely see Activision implementing. In fact, I'm going to link you guys in the description down below to Prestige's video, where he talks a little bit more about this issue and also gives you some of those very ideas. Also, going even further, I think that it's really important that you guys discuss this in the comments down below. Now, keep it respectful, okay? That's really important. Some people don't care about this at all. They think that the supply drop system is fine, and that's absolutely okay. Not everyone is going to agree, but in the comments, let me know your thoughts on whether a fix is needed, and if a fix is needed for this, what it would be. What would you do if you were the leader of, I keep saying leader of Activision, if you were the CEO of Activision, or if you were David Vonderhaar, or whoever, if you could make the decision to change the system, what would you do and why? The and why is very important because there are so many different possible approaches, and so you need to basically give the reasons why your idea, your fix, would be better than all the other possibilities. So definitely do that in the comment section down below. So, if you are unhappy and you've posted an idea in the comment section down below for how you could fix and solve this problem, then the next thing to do is to probably stop buying COD points. I think that is the key here to effecting a change and bringing about some kind of turnaround from Activision. The reason for that is that as a consumer, your power is in your wallet. That is what you can use to tell Activision that you're not satisfied. And if you stop buying COD points, they will see their metrics and they'll see a decrease and a decline in the number of COD points sales and the number of turnover, or the amount of turnover they can make in that area. They'll see that decline and decide that they need to make a change in order to make people happy again and get them buying their product. Ultimately, Activision is a business, it's out there to make money, and if they see a decrease in the amount of money that they're making, they're going to do whatever they can to change that and make profits increase again. That might manifest itself as them saying, okay, clearly the supply drop system right now isn't working out best for the community, so what we'll do instead is we'll say, okay, we'll try adding a gun to the store, we'll try adding a single gun to the store, and if that takes off, and people buy that and they're really happy that that is a thing, then clearly the profits will go up again, and that will be something that Treyarch, or rather Activision, will then do further and do more in the future. That is the sort of way that you can affect change and make this work, make this happen. One final note that I think is really, really important to remember here is that not everyone agrees on this. Some people absolutely don't care. They think that the system is fine, Gobblegum, fine, supply drops, fine, they couldn't care less. And that is perfectly okay. If you sit there and you type out a little keyboard warrior comment saying, oh, you're all Activision shills and your opinion is stupid or whatever, all you do is hurt your own argument. The only way that you're going to make a change happen here is if you're respectful of the fact that not everyone agrees, and ultimately, if you want your opinion to be valued above everyone else's, you've got to have a good reason for why that should be the case. I've really tried to sort of keep my own personal opinions out of this and focus on creating a healthy discussion about whether this is a problem in the first place, and if it is, what the best solution would be. Fingers crossed you guys appreciate that and you see the fact that I definitely didn't need to make this video by any means. I'm just doing this because I think it's a worthwhile cause and something that should be discussed. And so if you have enjoyed the video, please give it a like. If you think that this is the sort of thing that other people might enjoy, maybe give it a share, something like that. And hopefully we can get things sorted so that not only the rest of Black Ops 3, but also future CODs are better for what we've done here. So thanks for watching. I have been MrRoflWaffles, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. That's all well and good, but I think it's worthwhile giving a shout out to Skeleton Steve over here. You've done us proud, man.